So my question to you is, since you're objecting to the idea of the
Incarnation,
incarnation,
between the brackets last time.
when in terms of no, I did.
You didn't because
I did.
you was consistent
I
with
did.
that. No, you was
let
consistent.
me just ask this brother
No,
a question.
no, because you were
so
consistent
my question to you is this, yeah? You're objecting to the incarnation. So are you saying that Allah cannot be present in a particular point of time and space? Because that would contradict Tawheed.
He can, but it wouldn't befit him to be.
Ah, right, okay. So we've established.
He wouldn't do it.
1 second. Right, so let's just
So the
test that
brackets,
quick.
yeah, you take them as
1 second. One question at a time. One question at a time. So we've established something, right? We've established that according to your logic, it is possible. Yes, according to your logic, it is possible that God would become a man, but he just would choose not to do
It
so.
doesn't befit God to be human.
No. 1 second. Don't equivocate. Don't equivocate. Don't equivocate. You have just said that it's possible that God can become a man, but he would not. Right, so it is possible then, by your logic.
In my limited own personal logic,
It is possible. Right, but he wouldn't, is what you're saying. So then we turn to the Quran. Okay, so let's turn to Surah 28:30. But when he, Moses, came to the fire...
Does it say Moses there?
It's the whole passage is about Moses.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so if you know why you're being pedantic. So, this is the problem with them. They're point-scoring nonsense.
Don't add stuff, just say what
It is talking about Moses, isn't it?
So don't put
Is
Moses
it
in,
talking
just say-
about Moses?
Don't put Moses in.
Right, so the pronoun is a reference to Moses. Stop being pedantic. But when he came to the fire, a voice was heard from the right bank of the valley from a tree in hallowed ground. O Moses, verily I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
Oh, yeah, he spoke to them.
Right, so Allah is speaking from a tree.
no.
Oh, no.
I know what he's
Oh,
going
no.
Second, I'll
So the
explain to
Quran's
you.
wrong. He's right, the Quran's wrong.
He heard it from the tree.
You've made a claim that
Yes,
you answered.
go on, I'll let you
In the
reply.
Arabic version,
Yeah.
it says from amongst the bush.
The bush.
It didn't say the tree spoke.
Right.
Yeah.
This is your translation.
No.
I'm going to go by
Arabic.
Yosef Ali's
Arabic.
translation.
So the tree spoke to Moses.
The Arabic.
That is what the Quran
The tree
says.
spoke to Moses.
That's what the
So
Quran
how
says.
can you?
That's what
so
the
how
Quran
can you
says.
prove to me that the tree is a man?
No.
I am going to prove to you
Yeah, prove to me that the
from
tree
the
is a man.
Quran.
Isn't the tree?
That's
Because
the
the
problem.
tree spoke.
No.
But
Exactly.
What makes
Exactly.
A man, what
The
makes
tree
a man a
spoke.
man? What makes
And
a man
said,
a man?
I am Allah.
What makes a man a man?
And said, I am Allah. I got you. I got you.
What makes a man
I
a
got
man?
you.
What makes a man a man?
Are you paying attention?
One minute.
Are you paying attention? Right. Bob,
Bob. In Arabic, it doesn't say the tree spoke. It says
according to your
near
translation.
The bush. Not
According to your
translation.
translation.
So you read that then,
Not
Bob.
translation.
Right, this guy's just said
No,
that
don't
this
worry about this
translation is not the most accurate. I've just read Sahih International. Sahih International says exactly the same as Yosef Ali.
You're saying that's it.
Sahih
Are you saying
International, so that's two translations
are you saying-
by two linguists. Both of them are linguists, and they say the
Are you saying
same.
the bush is a man,
That
though?
Allah spoke from the tree.
From the tree or
which
man?
means
Which one did it say?
I have never said man. That was that clown there. I am saying from the tree.
What do you mean by that?
What does it say?
What makes a man a man?
I'm talking about the tree, not a man.
What makes a because you said.
No, I'm talking about a tree,
Oh,
not
sorry,
a
my
man. Pay attention.
My friend.
What do you mean?
What's wrong with that?
It's what you say.
I'm in Hyde Park. I'm in Hyde Park. Keep quiet, man. Move. That's what I said.
Why are you being aggressive?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
The same thing like you
Yeah,
push
you
me,
are.
I do the same thing.
Why are you pushing me?
I'm just showing you.
Why are you pushing me?
I'm not pushing
Right,
you.
don't push me.
I never
Thank
pushed
you very much.
I never pushed you.
Would have said the tree spoke.
Please, you don't want to go down this road with me, man.
I don't care, mate. I will go down that road if I have to.
You want
You
to?
don't scare me.
Do you want to?
You don't. No, I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to?
But I'm not frightened to either.
Do you want to?
No, of course I don't want to.
Do you want to?
But I'm not frightened
keep
to.
quiet.
Why are you tapping me?
Bro, man.
Why
Keep quiet,
tapping
man.
me? This is the Dawah team.
the Dawah
This
team.
is the Deen of
seen how
Islam.
you-
No, it isn't.
This is the Deen of
Have you seen how
Islam.
he uses every little
This is
thing?
the Deen of
He's wrong.
Islam.
He's wrong.
Look
Now,
at
come
their
on.
aggression.
All right, then calm down then. Come on.
Right. So,
But when he came to the fire, which is a
From-
bracket,
yeah,
you
no,
coming
that's
to like
fine.
one
A
o'clock?
voice was heard. Whose voice?
You can go with now.
Allah's voice. Now answer me this question, bro.
Right bank of the valley.
Yeah.
From a tree.
From a tree.
So what's the problem?
Right. So now answer me this question. You believe in Tawheed,
Yes, of course.
the oneness of God. So none of Allah's attributes can be divided from God Himself.
What do you mean?
None of Allah's attributes can be divided from God. You can't separate them.
Of course not.
Right. So when Allah's voice is speaking from the tree, where is Allah?
It doesn't say the tree.
It doesn't mean that he's in the tree, does it?
They didn't answer the question.
The tree did not
Yeah, of course, please.
Excuse me, I want to quote a hadith. This has been authenticated by Muslim scholars. This hadith has been declared Sahih by Imam Ahmed, Al-Tabarani, Ibn Sadaqah and Ibn Taymiyyah. I saw my Lord, this is Prophet Muhammad speaking.
Listen to
One
the
second.
hadith.
I saw my Lord in the form of a curly-haired, beardless young man wearing a green robe.
No.
That's
What
the
do you
hadith.
mean?
It's Sahih. It's
What do
Sahih.
you mean show me the Arab?
You see, whenever they're embarrassed, whenever the Muslims are embarrassed by their sources, all of a sudden they don't believe them. They don't believe their Quran. They don't believe their Hadith. Yosef Ali and Sahih International both say the same.
Do you believe Allah
Can you
has-
read Arabic?
I can't know, but he can.
Right. So could Yosef Ali. So you're saying because this translation by a linguist of Arabic embarrasses his belief, he rejects the
So he
translation.
can't quote one of the most
So
popular
do you
translations
also
of the Quran.
reject the Sahih
One second, are you a
International?
Salafi? Would you identify as a Salafi?
Say that again.
Do you also?
One second, Bob.
Yeah.
Would you identify as a Salafi? No. You don't identify.
I don't.
Do you identify as a Sunni?
Yes.
Do you believe Allah has two right hands?
No.
Do you believe Allah has two right hands?
No,
So when your Muslim
need to
scholars
take
say
your
Allah has two right
Muslim
hands,
scholar?
Ibn Taymiyyah, Muhammad bin
Gave
Abdul
up your
Wahhab,
faith because you were
they're
a
still
straw
Sunnis.
man.
Ask any of your Muslim scholars, they all revere
And you
him.
got
Muhammad
been
Hijab, Ali Dawah, they quote them
by
left, right and
simple
centre.
questions.
I'm gonna go study that and I'll be back.
What, Allah having two right hands?
course
You
I
must
study it.
Okay, go study it.
That's a sincere thing. I've never studied it, so
Now
how
you
can I
do.
speak about it?
Where was
If Allah
Allah?
has a right hand, that must mean he has a right side. If he has a right side, it logically follows that he has a left side. If Allah has a right side and a left
Yeah, it
side,
tells you that
that
very
must
clearly.
mean logically
I'll
he has
show
a
you.
back side. If he
Says
has a
it
right
very,
side, a
very
left side
clearly.
and a back side, he has a front side.
It says
now
it very
you've added
clearly.
spatial
Let's
dimensions
go
to
back.
God. And God has to be by
Let's
definition
go back.
transcendent.
Right, what does it say,
No,
bro?
your prophet
What,
did,
you
not
read
me.
this.
No. The tree.
Are you arguing with your Quran?
You said to me, spoke from a tree.
That's what he said.
That doesn't mean it was the tree. That's not. He spoke from a tree.
He spoke from a tree.
If you are in
He spoke
this,
from a tree.
if you are in this building, I'm giving you a chance to
Right.
say. If you are in this building and you spoke to me, that doesn't mean you are this building.
No,
That
this is
doesn't
true.
mean you are this building.
This is true.
Thank you.
But if the tree,
Thank you. Give me
if
your hand.
the tree,
Thank you. Give me
no,
your
no,
hand.
no, we haven't
Give me
finished.
your
We haven't finished. We haven't finished. This is a tree that is burning without leaves that burn. Okay? So this isn't your comparison of a man speaking from a building. This is a miraculous vision. A miraculous vision that is not a tree. It's not like someone standing on a tree and speaking from a tree.
So when you're going to tell me...
This tree is burning without burning. It is not a normal tree. It defies nature.
What kind of tree was that?
And it was a vision. It was a miraculous presence. And it says Allah is speaking from the tree.
I didn't tell you what kind of a
So,
tree.
and my question to you is, where is Allah's presence then?
What is it saying to you?
Answer
What is
the
it
question.
what is it saying to you? Is
It's
it
saying
to
that
you
Allah is
a specific-
speaking from a
specific
tree. It's saying that Allah
What's
appeared
what
as a
kind
tree.
of tree?
Allah is appearing from a tree.
What kind of tree?
A burning bush.
Your question earlier on...
You're not
as this
answering my
brother-
question.
But you...
Answer my question.
It's very difficult for me.
It is difficult. Answer
Because
the question.
I'm telling you that you were telling me...
You can
that,
tell me
that
what you
God-
like,
No, but you were
I'm going
telling
off
me-
what the Quran says, not what you say. Your opinion doesn't count for nothing.
Is it?
It's what the Quran says, not what you say. Which is more important, the Quran or you?
I've told you already that you cannot tell me
that God is that tree, that Allah is that tree.
No,
You can't tell
God
me
is
that.
telling you that.
God has two right hands.
God is telling you that. Allah is telling you that. I'm not lying about your book. This is just what your book says.
And he has a
Allah
shin
is
as well.
speaking from a tree. So Allah has appeared to Moses as a tree. Now, I'm not saying that he's always a tree.
He's misquoting and
Yeah, he's
Why am I misquoting?
Yeah, he is
Madam,
misquoting. He
read it
is.
for yourself. Am I
He's
misquoting the book?
misquoting.
Am I misquoting the book? Am I misquoting? They're accusing me of misquoting. Yusuf Ali translated it from Arabic, my friend. You're asking me to trust your translation over his, but he was a linguist and you are not.
Do you believe that God is great?
Of course.
Do you believe that God walks among men?
Yes, he did, in Jesus Christ.
That's when we have a problem.
Yeah. But now answer the question.
Keep quiet.
No, no. Why are you being aggressive? Why are you being aggressive? If you don't want to talk to him, walk away. Don't be aggressive to my
I
brother.
don't want to talk to you.
If you don't want to talk to him, don't be aggressive towards him. Don't be aggressive towards him.
I want to talk to you.
I don't care. Firstly, apologize to him.
I apologize, but I don't want to talk to you.
Agreed. Fair enough.
Because you know, if you talk to me, your arguments go
Oh,
out of the window
no.
straight
Hey,
away.
No.
the hadith. The hadith. Can we bring back the
The
hadith?
only way I'm gonna walk in the park is if I knock you out.
Look at this. Why are you trying to intimidate people? Look at that. Thuggish Islam. Right there. You don't scare anyone, you clown. You don't scare me. Why are you threatening people? Look at you. Just because intellectually you're on the road.
No. You can't.
Apologise to him again.
You can't.
Apologise to him again.
not.
You just threatened to hit him.
I don't want. No.
Look at that kind of behaviour. You just threatened to hit him. Yeah? What's going to happen? Well, if we decide to go to the police, you get kicked out of the park.
Oh no.
That's what
try
happens.
that.
We
Try
got
it.
you on camera, mate.
Try it on camera.
Physical-
The only way I'm
physical
gonna leave this park is if I
intimidation.
knock him out. Go to
Look
the police and
at
tell the
that.
police.
Look at that. Look at that.
Intellectually.
Yeah?
Intellectually,
This
you're
is
going to knock
the
him out.
point. The moment the Dawah team are on the ropes, they try to intimidate you. That's what they do. No, they say. Because you just saw it with your own eyes. You threatened the brother. He did it because his deen has failed him to teach him self-discipline, to teach him self-control.
Let me go back.
No.
Let me go back.
We're not going as you
Why?
dictate the conversation.
Why? Let me go back.
You're threatening people. Let's just deal with that first.
I did not.
Apologise
I told
to the
him
brother.
because of earlier on.
Apologise to him.
Your prophet, you want to
Bring
knock
out the
me out.
hadith.
No, that's not
Yeah,
true.
because you're embarrassed by
You know
your
what you
prophet.
did? Earlier on, you know what
You're
you did?
embarrassed
You
by
bumped-
your
you bumped
hadith.
into me.
You're the one who
And
hit
then
my
you
hand.
me. And then you threaten him. And then you threaten me to fight as well.
I'm from
Thug Islam. Thug Islam.
I'm talking to you.
Right.
I'm gonna threaten
Bring
you.
out the hadith, bro.
I'm talking
Let's
to you. I'm gonna
embarrass
threaten
them
you.
by the words of their own prophet. So the following hadith is Sahih. Now you know as Muslims what Sahih means. It means trustworthy, reliable. And this hadith has been declared Sahih, not by some Christian missionary, but by Muslim scholars. Imam Ahmed, Al-Tabarani, Ibn Sadaqah, and Ibn Tamiya. Okay, and this is what Muhammad said. I saw my Lord in the form of a curly-haired, beardless young man wearing a green robe.
Can I just say,
How
one of
old
the
was that
earliest
young man?
theological debates amongst
How old was
Muslims
that young
was
man?
whether Allah's hair was curly
How old
or
do you
whether
reckon
it
was
was
that young
straight.
man?
Why were
This
Muslims
is the
debating
purest
that?
form of monotheism.
So here, the Muslims
A lot of shit.
attack the Christian faith because we believe in the Incarnation,
A lot of shit.
and yet their Quran testifies that their God appeared at one time in history as a tree and will appear in the future as a curly-haired man who is beardless. We can't take lectures about Tawheed
From people who believe
from
Allah has two
Muslims
right hands.
who believe these kinds of things, because if Allah can appear as a tree at one time in history and appear as a man at another time in history, then that means that it is illogical to criticize the idea that God can become a man in Jesus Christ. Let's be clear. I have no problem with the idea that Allah appears as a tree. I got no problem with what it says in the Quran. I have a problem with Muslims arguing against the Incarnation on the basis that it is illogical that an infinite being cannot take temporal and spatial presence when their own book contradicts them.